Hello. So here's a nice unboxing video to go with the last one I just did on that Kenmore vacuum cleaner. That was part of a project of critter eradication. And I'm going with some of the more natural methods. And the last one I showed you with a vacuum cleaner, in addition to just vacuuming being a good job, I showed you this diatomaceous earth that is like little knives and shards of calcium powder that I swept into the carpet, and then I vacuumed up what was left on the surface. So I have mostly hardwood floors, and my whole place is mostly things that the bugs can't get into. So I have a challenge of just that carpet area out there, and then the few fabric-y things I'm not going to get rid of. These are the drawers to a bureau-like system. These are some beanbag foofs, and there's some other areas. So I've never owned anything like this in life, and I went investigating how you can battle the bugs naturally. And, you know, chemicals are the enemy. They're the enemy of the bugs for a little while, and then they're not. But what can't bugs become immune to over time? What is sure to disinfect and eradicate so long as you can zero in on the surfaces that need it? The answer is heat. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a semi-industrial steam cleaner. So you'll find steam mops and stuff, but what you won't find is ones that heat up to 260 degrees. This heats up hot enough to cook food. Now, I don't think I'm going to be doing it with that, and already you see this plate fell off. I suppose that came from somewhere around here. I'll put it there. All right, so let's see what it says specification-wise. Manufacturer Fortador, Europe. It's a European product. Its model is the Fortador Volt Mini, and it takes 2 kilowatts of power, and its rated pressure is 5 MPa or 0.5 MPa. They use commas in Europe. Its max pressure is 7 MPa. Oh, its max temperature it's rated at, it says 170 degrees Celsius. So some of the online stuff I read said as high as 240 degrees Celsius. But, you know, I will report as I go. I might even use a meat thermometer or something in front of the thing. It weighs 7.5 kilograms. And yeah, this thing should have some attachments with it. And I'm not going to show you it using it because it's got a heating up time period. And I have to check whether it takes distilled water or whether tap water is okay. I guess the water goes in there. And then the way it's going to be used, yeah, here's a hose attachment here. No, that looks like that might be the electric. No, this is electric. Let's see what we got inside of it, because I can feel some weight in there. There's that. And then this is definitely the other pieces. Let's see what we got. I knew there was something going to be in there hose-like. So as I did with a vacuum cleaner on the steps, you know, I'll be using this on hard surfaces, and I'll be using this on the steps. So I'm going to go step by step, you know, inch by inch, sweeping back and forth. As I said, nuke the place from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. So this clearly is the piece that goes in there. It is the hose. Even though it looks like it's electric, it's because it has some sort of electric connector. So this goes in there. Yep. Then it has this little thing that snaps down and secures it. And then there's a ton of different attachments, but I'm sure this is the piece that does the lion's share of the work. Right? I guess there's electric because it doesn't do everything all the time. So it's more than just, you know, fastening it off with some sort of valve. There's some electronics to it. It's got a little trigger, it's got a handle, a trigger, and then it's got 2 buttons here. One looks like it's for blasting the steam, and this other one, it says water. So maybe it's for shooting, I don't know, shooting. Well, So we've got some different attachments to it. We've got this attachment, because these things are often marketed as steam mops, you know, the consumer level. Again, this is semi-industrial, they call it. It's really industrial. When the cleaning people go into hotel rooms and sanitize the place, how do you think the professionals sanitize? Do you think they're using chemicals all the time, getting down on their hands and knees and scrubbing? No, they are shooting bacteria killing temperature steam onto the surfaces. I'm going to pull out the refrigerator, use this behind the refrigerator. You should Google this thing and watch some of the other videos, because those are what sold me. Here are the extension pieces for that. Here's a corner piece, because you really want to get into the crevices and the nooks, right? Black manta. And some other various little attachments, some soft rags they give you, some washers, plastic washers. I guess there's pieces that wear out in there. And another water container. So there's 2 different water containers. And that's about it I'm going to show you, because, you know, I'm going to take my time with it, figuring out distilled water or tap water. Oh, you can store it upright. It comes with a little stand there, so that even though it has wheels, no, maybe that's just a bumper. I guess that's a bumper for keeping it from hitting into corners. Yeah, the thing, you can feel it's built really, really sturdy. And, you know, it costs a pretty penny, right? If you ask, you know, it's, it's too expensive. But I didn't get the full-size industrial ones, because the step up from this is those things that you see professional carpet steam vac people use. They come in and it also does the suction, and the same device does the suction as does the steaming. And, you know, if I had someone come in and do the work, that's what they would be using. But that stuff is expensive. Once you're done with all the different things you spend, and if it doesn't do the job, you have to have them come in again, and you're at their mercy, and you have to leave the hat, all that stuff. So I decided to put the money I would put into, you know, hiring the professionals to get some equipment that I would own forever. This is probably going to be one of my lifetime possessions, I would imagine. Hopefully it enters the category of the Vitamix blender, the IQ air filter, strong enough to get rid of the SARS virus out of the air. I guess these days you would say the other virus. This is up in those lines. You pay a little bit more for the industrial or semi-industrial products, but it's nice to use what the cleaning people at hotels use to sanitize the rooms. And you know, it has unlimited use. I've got the immediate project I'm going to put it to, but I figure I'm going to be steam cleaning everything that's fabric, everything that I don't want to throw out, like these beanbag foofs. And, you know, I made these points. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Maybe I'll do another video showing you the massive cleaning power of boiling hot steam. Yeah. Later, Gators.